Today, I will be taking you through our platform and explaining to you a little bit about IG Bank and the different services that we offer, as well as other tips and tricks that you can learn from our platform and that might enhance your trading. So whether you're a new client or a prospective client, someone that's maybe interested in our services but wants to learn more, or already trading with us since a while, this can be interesting for both, as I will be sharing also some newer features from our platform today, which can also be interesting. So first of all, a little bit about IG Bank. We're a Swiss bank and CFD broker based in Switzerland. We belong to the IG Group, which is a 50-year-old company based in the UK, listed on the stock exchange and regulated there as well. Our unique appeal as IG Bank is that as a subsidiary of that big group, we can take advantage of a lot of the information, the help and the support that the group can give us, as well as we are able to offer our clients Swiss banking services in the form of regulation through FINMA and as well Swiss banking protection through the ISA Suisse protection of customer funds. So that's something that sets us apart from maybe other brokers out there and as well others in the market of CFDs. We focus solely on CFDs, which is a big benefit since it allows us to provide the widest variety of CFDs and the most markets. So we service over 17,000 markets and we have countless opportunities for trading index, Forex, commodities, shares, cryptos, and other markets or options as well. With us, you have the option to trade obviously on the web platform, which I'll be displaying today, but you also have an option to use our mobile platform so that you can trade on the go and keep up to date with your latest trades. You also benefit from support when you need it, where you need it. So we offer 24/7 support, whether it's through email, call, WhatsApp. We're available to our clients around the clock, and we make sure that we also offer a lot of education opportunities, which you can find here in our IG Academy. So you can also, in your free time, have a look there. If there's something specific that you want to learn about, you'll find a lot of different tutorials in that category for education services. And you also have access to a vast variety of tools and data, such as indicators as well when you're trading and different functions like that. We also offer a lot of integrations, so you can open Pro Real-Time and MT4 accounts with us. You're also able to use different charting tools, so that really offers you a unique view as well. Then we also have very up-to-date analysis on our markets, and we provide some of our own commentary and analysis, as well as we showcase some top analysts and things like that for our customers as well. You can also find reviews about our services on Trustpilot, where we have a very good rating, and you can also open an account if you would like, a free demo account, or of course also a free live account. Free in the sense that you do not pay any account fees or fees for fundings and withdrawals, unless of course there are exchange rates which are included in those fundings or withdrawals. So that also gives you a good start. The only fees that you encounter are going to be when you're trading, and we will look at that in depth in a second as well. Just before we start, I need to share with you this disclaimer. Of course, trading CFDs can be risky because these are leveraged products. So to make sure that we make you aware of these risks, please just take a moment to read this disclaimer. And if you have any questions, feel free to message us or get in touch with us so that we can help you answer those questions as well. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing that we can do is we can go into our My IG dashboard, and I can show you a little bit about what that is and what you can do there. In your dashboard, you'll find an overview of all your accounts. So if we had a live account here, we'd also see that displayed here. It shows you just all your accounts demo and live. You have a little overview of live pricing at the moment, and you have a direct link to your IG Academy or to webinars, which you can see which ones are upcoming here. You can also switch over to the live accounts tab, where if you just have a demo account, you can choose to open your live account directly through here, or you can go to your demo account and see the overview there. It'll be the same for your live account, so that's an interesting thing to look at. It's just telling you your account ID, your running profit and loss, the funds in your account, as well as an overview of payments, deposits, history, statements. Statements is interesting because you can pull statements over your trading history, and you can use these for your tax purposes or for other reasons if you would like to keep account of your different trades and statements there. You can also look at your history, or you can deposit funds directly through here as well. You also have the option in your settings to change any settings on your account and to activate Pro Real Time. Now back to our dashboard. If we would like to open the platform, we can go directly over our account and click Open Platform, and this will allow us to see our platform. So in this case, we've just set up a simple demo account, and we'll be showing you the various different tools and options that you can use on the platform. As you can see, this is a very dynamic workspace. It's empty at the moment, and that's for the reason that I want to show you how you can really maximize the benefit from this workspace and make it truly your own workspace. So maximize the benefit for yourself. Up at the top in the demo account, a neat little trick is that you can change the funds to whatever you would like to put here. I always recommend that clients change the funds to what they're hoping to fund their account with initially already, so that they can test with that amount of money and see how the margin moves, how those funds will behave when they're trading, just to get like a better overview of what trading would be like with that amount of funds. For the case of this example, I'll just set the funds to 10,000 to give us a little bit of capital to play with. These are virtual funds, so we can choose whatever we like here. You can set whatever you would like. You'll see that we have a few different options displayed here. So we'll have our total funds, our running P&L, which will change as we trade, the margin, which you will also see increasing as we are trading and opening positions and incurring margins, and of course your available balance. Very important to note is that your available balance is your funds minus the margin, because the margin is of course that which you have to have in your account to make sure that you can cover the running trades. So that's very important, just distinction to know. On the right hand side, you also have an option to blend in your notifications tab, where you can see any notifications of past trades which you've opened or closed, as well as any tweets. So we have a selection of Twitter accounts that we verified and that we think has great information for clients. So we display those here, and it'll just give you the last updates from those accounts. You can see you have some Bloomberg business news, markets news, some Reuters, obviously the rating agency news as well. And if you go over all, you can see a mixture of all that information in here. Now on the left-hand side, you'll find the different markets that you can trade. So you have indices, currencies, cryptocurrencies, a popular one as well, shares, commodities, bonds, and rates, ETFs, as well as options available to you here. And you can also use the search bar to find something directly. We could, for example, search for something such as Tesla, and we'll see the different Tesla options for trading displayed here. For example, we can see that it's listed in the US Tech 100, which is obviously an index that is actually the US index. So in there, they also have Tesla, that's NASDAQ. And we also have here Tesla Motors, just the stock itself for trading. If we're interested in maybe trading that in a second, we can look at the chart here. We could place our trade directly here, or we could just add this to our workspace and trade it in a little bit, which we will do now. So you also have the option of adding watch lists. You can curate your own watch list by right-clicking on a market name, hovering over and adding something to your watch list. So for the case of this example, let's do that. Let's look at some index funds that could be interesting. Let's add the US Tech 100 to our watch list. Let's add the Wall Street to the watch list. So we're just going to add some US indexes to our watch list and maybe also some US shares, just to give a little bit of diversity. Let's go for NVIDIA. Maybe we can add also some Apple to our watch list. And as you'll see, the watch list has filled up with the various different things that we want to track. And we can also add this to our workspace. You'll also see that if you decide to add something else to your watch list, like, for example, we want to add the US 10-year Treasury bond to our watch list, it's automatically added in here. So it's very interactive and it's going to change with whatever you're doing. Just to show you how we could, for example, set this up, we could have our watch list up here. And let's say our stock maybe down here so that we leave some room for our positions. Down here, you also have the option to look at what you recently traded, popular markets, as well as your running positions, running orders, and your trading history. So for the case of this example, I think positions would be great. So we can keep a little overview of what our running positions are, and let's also add some orders. So I can show you both of those as an example. Okay, perfect. Let's make this window a little bit smaller, and maybe we can also fill the screen there until the end. And let's create a trade for Tesla. So we can see Tesla, if we zoom out on the chart, this has been the performance the last few months. If we want to enlarge the chart, so I'm using my mouse and I'm just enlarging it using the mouse, or you can do the same with the trackpad on the laptop. Or of course, you can also do it manually here through these magnifying glasses. Let's have a view of this week. And let's maybe also look at some information regarding Tesla. I see the window is quite small. If I would like to make this bigger, I can just increase the window here, close my notifications tab, and I'll have the whole chart in full view. And we can look in this chart at a lot of different information. So we could, for example, look at some news, which will just basically rank according to the time that they have come out, the most recent news about Tesla or things affecting Tesla. So we can see that there has been some Tesla news regarding the quarter, the fourth quarter results. There has also been some news regarding Netflix and other kind of tech stocks, so that's all mixed in here as well. We can also look at any signals that would be put out by our analysts at the moment about Tesla. So currently there's no signal. We can also see the client sentiment, which is a very interesting tool if you would like to know a little bit about what the other clients at IG are doing. So here you can see currently we have around 500 IG clients with open positions in Tesla. 84% of which are long, so bullish on Tesla, and 16% which are short or bearish towards the stock. We can also see what the trading activity has been the last hour. So we're seeing it's a slightly bearish outlook the last hour. Overall today 50-50, this week 50-50, this month we have more sells. And we can also look at this new tool, which is called Tip Ranks. And it's telling you a smart score of what Tip Ranks is basically classifying this stock as. So we see it's a neutral at the moment, which would give us a good indication of what maybe the feeling is there. And then we also have the analyst consensus by based on 26 analysts giving stock ratings to Tesla in the past 3 months. So that's very up-to-date information. Interesting because it's coming directly from the analysts. And we can see that it's mostly a buy signal, but also a strong hold signal. So actually mostly hold, but between buy and sell, more of a buy than a sell signal that we can observe there. If we click on market data, we'll be directed to the Tesla Motors page. You'll have this for every single asset that you can trade with us. You'll see an overview of the price up here. You'll find a market in here. You can see which market it's classified in. You'll see here the most recent news about that specific stock, as well as the client sentiment at the moment, the trading activity. So that's also what we just observed in the platform. It's the same information again. And very interesting as well, other positions taken by clients trading this market. So that's what else are the clients that are trading this trading with us. And very interestingly, you'll see a few other tech stocks in here, but also some Bitcoin, some gold. So That's an interesting signal from investors that are trading that market, what else they're trading at the moment. You'll also have some news and analysis here, and you can see the fundamentals if you're more of a macroeconomic person and you would like to look a little bit more at sort of macro indicators. That would be a place where you could do that directly while you're trading too. And you also have some interesting information regarding the financials, including a brief of the most recent financials presented by the company. You also here have a broker rating, which is quite interesting. It's telling you what the average rating from different brokers, 42 different brokers has been, which has been more of a hold. And you can see any related news and related events. So this is particularly interesting if you want to trade the news, because you'll see here, for example, there's a Tesla Inc. earnings release tomorrow at 12 p.m. Swiss time, or a.m., I guess, or midnight, basically. So there you have the timing of the event, and you have the information pertaining to that event as well. Now, if we go back to our platform and we've decided that we want to kind of follow maybe the sentiment this hour and also sell Tesla, so short it, we can do so by making a deal, which is going to be an immediate sort of market order, right? So you can here decide the size. Let's say we want to trade 10 shares and use a normal stop for the purpose of this example, and set our limit as well. You'll see under the stop you have different options. You'll have a normal stop, a guaranteed stop, and a trailing stop. The differences are that a normal stop is subject to slippage. As you can see here in the information tab, we have a slippage factor of 100%, meaning that if there are some unexpected news and the price drops or rises significantly fast, you do risk obviously incurring that slippage, which in this case can be up to 100%, and you can get executed below or above basically your stop level, significantly below, if that has happened. So that's something just to be aware of if we're going to trade the news, for example, on the earnings call on this. If there is something unexpected that's going to be released, we are subject to that slippage, so we might want to think about that before placing that type of stop. If you don't want to deal with slippage, you can go directly to the guaranteed stop, which is basically going to guarantee you that wherever you place a stop, you're going to be exited at that price level and not lower, or not at another level at all. And for that guarantee, you have a minimum stop distance that's a little bit higher, and you pay a premium. That's because we obviously pay the slippage risk if it's incurred for you, so that you have this negative balance protection from that trade. A trailing stop is also an interesting stop type because it allows you to trade more flexibly. So you can add a trailing stop which will move along with your trade, and the trailing stop will allow you to basically set a trailing step, which means that whenever this trailing step has incurred, your stop is going to move with the direction of your trade. So it's giving you a little bit more flexibility if there is a lot of volatility, that you're not exiting the market too soon, and you can structure that as well over here. For the purpose of this example, I'll just start with a normal stop, and we can set this normal stop at, well, first of all, we have to decide we are selling based on sentiment. Okay, and we're going to set our stop maybe around this level, and we could set our limit at a 1-to-3 ratio. That's a risk and reward ratio of 1-to-3. That means we're willing to take 1 point of risk for 3 points of reward, so to speak. Or more specifically, in this example, you'll already see here, this is your maximum loss if the stop level gets triggered and there's no slippage. That would be $100 approximately. And your maximum reward is around $300 if your limit is hit. So that's how you can see it. And the risk to reward ratio just means that you're willing to take $100 loss for $300 expected profit or hopeful profit. So that's the risks you're willing to take for the expected return or risk to reward. We're doing a 1-to-3 ratio because that's seen by investment handbooks or things like that as a good ratio to have, for example, when you're trading. So you can look at a 1-to-3 ratio, but you can also take more risks, so have a tighter ratio, maybe, as you like to structure this. That's completely up to you. Let's place the deal, which means that we have an active trade now running. Perfect. So if we minimize this window now, we can see that we have our position currently in the market, shorting Tesla, and it's running, and we see our running P&L reflected up here as well. So if we're in this chart looking at something else, we're fully aware of what's going on up here at all times. And of course, if we minimize this, we can see it up here as well. If we now decided, oh, I think I might have made a mistake and I don't want to set my stop level that close to the trade, I can change it right here as well. So we can change our stop level to be more flexible, maybe add a 300 level, and that allows us a little bit more flexibility in this trade. We can also set an order, or maybe here over our watch list, trade the US Tech 100 and place another deal, but this time with a guaranteed stop, just to show you how that looks as well, because that does look a little bit different. Based on client sentiment, we can just have a little overview of what people are doing. So we have more of a buy signal there. If we would want to trade kind of what other clients are doing, we could do that and just go for a buy and also add perhaps 10 contracts. And from there, structure our trade again, setting our limit and our stop. So we will go choose the guaranteed stop for this scenario. And what I'm going to show you now is going to explain a little bit about the guaranteed stop. So we see that there's a minimum distance of 10 points for the guaranteed stop, and that's reflected here as well. So we have to make sure that our guaranteed stop is 10 points below our current price level. And we can add our limit up here as well, risk reward ratio 1-to-2, and place a deal. If we now wanted to create also maybe a working order, we could make an order perhaps on the US 500. And let's look what we want to do here. Maybe we want to create a sell order because we think it's overpriced in the market at the moment. Then we could just go over the order tab, click sell. So that's a short on the US 500. And again, define our contract size. Let's do 10 contracts. And our price level would be the price level at which we begin the short. And we can see here, maybe this could be a nice support level for us to see the stock turning bearish again. So we could put this as our price level. That would be 4,700 approximately. So, oops, there we go. Okay, perfect. That's looking good. It's going to always display here as well. And from there, we can again set our limits and our stops. Maybe we want to have our limit be at this next support level and our stop be around here, as we could identify that to be another level where there's more price action going against our trade. Maybe a little lower here. Oh, or no, I would say let's set it right there. Then we can place our stop order and see that reflected again up here in the working orders section. I've just accidentally closed my position, so let me add that back. And now you can see both here together. Something I want to show you as well is just how you're able to modify also with your guaranteed stop, the stop level. So you can change that here, you can change the limit here. And if you would like to close your trade or partially close your trade, you can do that here as well. So we can decide maybe we want to take less of a risk and already close 5 of those contracts. We can do that right here, and we'll see the change reflected here on the position size. Now we have 5 contracts short, and we're long 10 contracts in the US Tech 100. What you'll also notice is that when you're shorting, it'll be displayed as a red figure with a minus, and when you're going long, it's displayed as a blue figure with a plus. So that's also just a nice visual kind of reminder of what you're doing there. And yeah, that would be a little bit about how you can trade different stocks and indexes with us. You obviously can do the same for whether it's currency pairs or cryptocurrencies. You have all that information displayed here too. And just to give you an example, if we wanted to trade the euro US dollar, we can here choose between the spot and the mini. And in the info section, we'll also see some interesting information, such as the contract size per point, which in this case is 10,000 euros. And in the case of the mini would be not displayed there. So let's just stay with the spot. Yeah, in the case of the spot is 100,000 euros, and in the case of the mini is 10,000 euros. So we can see all that information here as well as the margin requirements. You'll notice that these vary with the size of the contracts. So you can be classified in different tiers. That's also important just to be aware that there are different deposit factors or margins depending on the tier size. And down here, you'll also find a little cost example of how much the positions will cost you with a guaranteed stop, with a non-guaranteed stop, or of course, without a stop as well. So you have all that information available there too. All right, great. So that was a little overview of our trading platform and the different things that you can do. If you have any more specific questions, please feel free to reach out. We're very happy to take any questions offline and do other webinars catered around what you would like to see us doing on these webinars. So please do feel free to also give some indication there. I'm just going to close all these trades so we can see a little bit what has happened here to our overall balance. We can see that overall, we now have obviously less available capital because we did place some trades. And we can see that our current profit loss, running profit loss is 0, as well as our margin and our available capital and the equity in use. So thank you so much for your time and for taking the time to join this webinar, and have a lovely day.